So at this point the path splits, so you take that path there to stop Corridanic and stop Dew, and I'm taking this path here, and then I'm going to stop over here, and then on the kind of brow of this wee summit here there's a gorge with a long tree, and I'm going to pitch a tent there for the night, and it gives good views of the Three Sisters. Hello and welcome back, folks. Tonight I'm out for another wild camp and we're back in Glencoe. I'm actually just sitting beneath the Three Sisters at a great viewpoint, and that's looking over to Glencoe. Today I was just planning on doing Curved Ridge and then doing a bivvy, and once I get into Rannoch Moor the weather was just sideways, so when I got to the ski centre you get an indication of the way the flags and that are flying, so they were more or less facing right into the face of Curved Ridge. So I decided on coming down and doing this low level one just to try and get a wee bit of photography and catch the sun hitting the Three Sisters, which is absolutely amazing just now. And I'll actually spin you around and I'll show you. I've just got the tent set up there now. This is the tent set up. I'm back out with a Ferrino Trevor 2. It was a great tent. So I'd actually brought the bivvy tent and a bivvy tarp. Obviously thinking I was going to do a bivvy on the buckle, but that's the setup tonight. So I'm back out with the Flextail Arrow 5 PhD M series, sorry, K series. It's rated to -9, but we're getting 4 seasons in it up in Glencoe. We just got hailstones and stuff not long ago when I was putting the tent up. But look at the views. So down here there's there used to be a lone tree there, but it's I think the wind's got to it, just down there, and it's kind of snapped off, but these 2 trees here make good foreground. And for looking onto the Three Sisters, well, there's loads of photography opportunity here. I'll give you a wee kind of 360 looking down the glen. So as you can see where I am, that was Hamish's old house there. It's about time that they demolished it because it was just an eyesore for in a beautiful glen. And that's looking up onto Anarchy and Bodach. But we're getting beautiful light hitting the hills just now. That's looking to the tent. So let's see what the night brings. I'll catch up with you later. What do you think of the view, guys? Something else, eh? I'm just going to chill out, and you never guess what bloody Buckfast ferry came again. Whew. Cheers. Lovely. Buckfast with a view. So just over there is Gieranach, and you've got the zigzag route. Going up onto that, so that's another route I want to do again, and a bivvy at the top of that. It doesn't take long to get up. But there's a few scrambles on this side as well. That's the rain just starting. I think it's just a passing shower. It's been on and off for a wee bit now. So since I've put the tent up, the wind's to a total 360. So it was coming for the east, didn't it, Glen? Just 5 minutes ago it started coming up the glen for the west. It was actually quite nice because it kept the midges away, and it's just flat calm just now, and you can start to feel them now. I was up in Glencoe last week, and I noticed that the midges were out, but they weren't just at that biting stage. So hopefully they're not too bad tonight. Hopefully I get a wee breeze. I think the forecast is a bit of a mix and match. It's supposed to be wintry showers up in the tops, but it's absolutely stunning just now. That sun is absolutely roasting. You're getting 4 seasons just now. So that over there behind me is heading up onto Bodach, and just below me for photographers is just the S-bends, which is one of the most popular shots looking onto the Three Sisters. But over here I've got a wee lone tree with kind of nice foreground, so I'll maybe head over to there later. I've actually photographed it before, but I'll do it again. And as I said, the wee lone tree in the gorge down there, I think the wind's hit it because it was a lot bigger the last time I was here. But anyway, I'm hitting this. I see the sunshine hitting the rock face when I'm boddock. Excellent. Just seen a couple, they must have just got married, they were over getting their photographs over towards the Ralston cairn. So I zoomed in on my phone, so if I can get it onto the computer, I'll put it on just now. We're getting lovely light anyway, so hopefully they've got good photos, which I dare say they will. Because I was thinking of doing a bivvy tonight up in the Buckle, I took the wrong bloody tent pegs. I've took the tent pegs for the bivvy. They're just wee tiny things, and try to get into kind of mossy ground, you need to kick down a wee bit just to get a bit of purchase. But anyway, last minute you always seem to forget things. Seems to be a lot of snow still up in the Bidgeon over the back of Stog Quarry there. Maybe one for the weekend. Up and try and get a wee winter climb. I don't know, I think Broad Gully's still holding snow. The light's just phenomenal. Absolutely stunning. I'm not sure if the GoPro's picking up the light, the rays coming down over this side, over here. I don't know if it's picking up. I'm trying. Shining down in the Three Sisters car park. Beautiful. Now it's the wind picked up coming up the glen now again, so that'll keep the midges at bay. The light's constantly changing. So this will be my first camp since my Ben Nevis summit a couple of weeks ago. Last weekend we were up in Ullapool and I walked up to Anchilloch, hoping to do a camp with Kai, my wee dog, and because with the path splits you can either take the ridge or you can go up the valley. We went up to the right, up to the ridge, and I hadn't packed any water, thinking I would get the stream. And we'd taken the high ridge, it was dry, and then when we got to the viewpoint, I took the decision not to camp because obviously I never had enough water for like cooking and stuff, but Kai was my main priority, so I couldn't sit in the hill all night with Kai, and he never had any water. It was either that or I would have had to have dropped a couple of, I don't know, maybe about 500 metres either to get to the loching or the kind of nearest stream, which wasn't happening. Not after having a heavy backpack up there. But another day. and I'll get back to it. So that was 5 years. I'd got a photograph with Kai 5 years ago, and the two of us were colour coordinated with the jackets. So when I was up there, I was trying to recreate the same photo. Wasn't in the same position, but still got the photo. And I'll share the photos just now. Aye, so 5 years ago. Where does the time go, eh? So I was watching one of Murray's videos last night. He brings out videos every Wednesday. So last night's was, he was back out with Jerry, and they done the zigzags, what I pointed out earlier on. And I think it was just before winter, but that was it just coming out. And when they were talking at the end, it was they hit it, and they hit the nail on the head. Because when you come to Glencoe, you come out the van and you're just climbing straight away. Anywhere else I can think of that you do that, I don't know, maybe Kintail. Some of them are in Kintail, but a lot of these Monroes have got long walks in. I don't mind the long walks in and then the climb, but see, coming back off, I wouldn't thank you for it. But we just got a couple of bikes there, so it was a wee bit wobbly the other day. First time on a bike for about 30 years. Should have had stabilisers and the wee ribbons. But anyway, I've been out a couple of days on the bike and I've enjoyed it. So I'm looking forward to maybe getting to more remote Monroes, because walking into them just doesn't appeal to me. I'd rather come to Glencoe. This is a kind of playground for me. It's only 2 hours drive up from Glasgow, and as Murray and Jerry said, like going on to Gearanach up the zigzag route, it's a great wee route, and it's straight off the bat, right off the car park. You're only walking a couple of 100 metres and then you're climbing, which is really good, and you gain height so quick. Where if you're doing the Anach here, the car park's right at the bottom, you only walk 5 metres and you're climbing, so it's a great place to come to. Anyway, I'm just waffling. I'll catch up with you later. So the wind can't make up its mind. So it was coming for the west. It started off for the east, coming down the valley. And it started going this way up west. And then it turned away there, back to the east. And I'm short of one guy line, so I've had to improvise. So I stuck my walking pole at an angle with a carabiner, so hopefully that kind of holds up.
Good, okay. I've added on 2 little extra pegs at the sides that I brought just to keep Ike. They also, I'm going to point this out now, I've also got these little extra loop lines so you can pull this wall right out if you want. Tension still. But I'm going to open up both doors at the side here and show you what the tech looks like inside. So, both doors can be opened and give you this massive...
Just watching a wee bit of YouTube there. I was watching Robert for Moffat Mountains. He just uploaded a video a few hours ago, a tent he's reviewing, the Saga, and Andrew Park. He done a Well, I'm assuming it's the same tent. He done a review on it last week. Right folks, the time is 7 minutes past 11 and the temperature inside the tent is 11.5. So going with the... So if you went with the forecast on the Met Office, mountain weather, MIS, if you went with that weather, you'd be stuck in the house. So the forecast for today was 90% snow showers, rain, 25-mile-an-hour winds, but very slight wind tonight. Getting the odd wee spell, but nothing major. Tent's not even moving. So I'm just going to stay up for another half an hour watching a wee bit of YouTube and then I'll get the head done. Excuse me. So I'll catch you later guys. Ciao. Well, good morning folks. A bit of a late start this morning. Time is 20 past 9. I woke up at 4 o'clock and then I got back to sleep about 6, so that's me, no long up. So I just got a wee bit of drone footage here. So if the drone footage is any good, I'll stick it up just now. But what a calm night. The weather forecast was totally wrong on the websites. I'd a very slight wind last night, but the majority of the night was flat calm, and the forecast was saying 20-25, but I don't know where they're getting their figures from. But the wind that I did have kept the midges at bay, so that was a good thing. And I've not really seen any because there's none out this morning, and it's very slight breeze as well. So I'm just looking over to the boys. Are doing a lot of work over to the rock face there, just below the Three Waters waterfall. I've been doing that for a while now. So I'm just going to get packed, slowly pack up, and then head back over to the van. I don't know whether I might even just go down and cross the water at the S-Bends and walk up the back of Ralston's cairn rather than going back the way I came. That just mixes up the route a wee bit. So I'm going to get this tent that done, and then I'll catch these before I set off. Right folks, that's the tent packed away, so I'm ready to rock and roll. So as always guys, leave no trace, don't come to a beautiful place and tarnish it with all your shit. So I'm just going to take a walk down to the S-Bends, which is a good photography place, which is down here somewhere, and then head up onto the road and then walk up past Ralston's Cairn, and then back up to the car park. So I'll get you further on the trail. Right, so just below for where I camped, which was just on the brow of that wee hill there, I can swing round, and there's another lone tree here, which makes a really good photo as well. So we'll just get, I'll show you where it is. There's loads of photo opportunities at this side of the river. A lot of people go to the S-Bends and think that's it, but if you just venture across the river, if it's pretty low, and just head up the hillside, there's a gorge there just in here. There's loads of opportunities in there. Like this is this lone tree here. Look at that. Perfect opportunity for a good photo there. Looking on to the Three Sisters, and I'll just grab a wee photo myself. This is another photo opportunity with good foreground. Looking on to the Three Sisters there. That rock formation. And that's just below the lone tree. As you can see, How's this for a spot, guys? This is just below the S-bends and looking up onto Glencoe, where you've got the zigzag route, and then you're heading up onto the Lost Valley where the snow is. Absolutely stunning. I think the head wall at the top of the Lost Valley will be still holding snow, so if you're planning on walking up there, just be careful. Stunning plunge pools here if you're into your cold water therapy. Every pool's got a waterfall, and then it's just straight off into like a big pool down at the back here. So if you're into your cold water swimming, this is the place to be. Right, better get back up and see what's on the other side. Right, that's me at the other side of the road, just below Ralston's cairn. So I'm looking over. I camped last night on that wee brow of the hill there, and you can maybe just pick out the wee tree at the side of where the tent was, and walked up and onto the main road. I followed the path, and you come to this cairn. Oh, it's like a bundle of stones, and that's looking up to the wee house up there, and that's where Ralston's cairn is. I'll take a wee walk up and I'll show you. Right, so that's that group of stones down there. It's just a short walk up to here. There's a wee house up there. Somebody's got a tent next to it. And here's Ralston's cairn. These are my mountains and I have come home, Ralston. unreal. What a stunning backdrop. Right, time to join the path again. And the car park is just up over here where my van is. So I'll get back to you once I'm near the van. Cheers. Right, one last river crossing. Now I'm at the car park, as you can see. It's pretty busy. It being the weekend. And the car park at the Three Sisters waterfall, or the Meeting of the Three Waters waterfall, is closed at the moment, so there's a lot of people using the Baby Bucko car park. Right. Let's negotiate this. Done. So I'll sign off here, guys. So if you've liked the video and you've lasted this long, give it a thumbs up and maybe leave a comment in the bottom. It's always good to get comments, and if you've not subscribed, maybe think about hitting the subscribe button. So I'll sign out here and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.